Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here. So for today's video, I have some insider information that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, it's not going to happen just yet, but the PTS will be coming out soon. And the only thing we know so far is that there's a potential class rework, potentially a new class. We don't really know. I don't even know. What I do know is that it's potentially just going to be balance changes. So some buffs, maybe even a nerf or two, and maybe even just an overall rework. So that is going to be dropping on the PTS. We have no exact day. We don't know when it's going to happen. It could never happen, but I believe that with the survey that we had and all of the input that we provided, every little bit of details that we wanted to do for these classes, I believe that every single class will get at least something. That's my guess. Now, obviously I could be wrong on this, but my guess is that every class will get something. Whether it's a nerf or a buff or a rework. I haven't been given any information on if there's a new class. I personally don't think there is, but you know, never know. It's a possibility. And what I think with these new classes is that magic damage characters, certain ones at least, should have a bit of a buff to at least compete with our physical damage characters. Because right now, Boomeranger shreds, Solarion shreds, like we have goated physical damage characters. Now we have some okay and decent magic damage characters, but in terms of damage, they just don't really compete. Unless you have some crazy setup with Ice Age, then I guess you can consider Ice Age to be goated, but let's just stick to single target DPS for now without any exploits or bugs or anything like that, and just basic mechanics of the game, so no setups or anything like that involved. So I think it'd be really cool to see magic damage classes pop off. Now, with how things are right now, I feel like Dino Tamer should be the equivalent of Shadow Hunter. Now, not in terms of like the same abilities and stuff like that. Dino Tamer should get a pretty decent buff, make it so it can compete with Shadow Hunter. And not just with Shadow Hunter, but Shadow Hunter on PC, mind you. Because we have the Boss Raider mod, meanwhile console people do not have that. So I think Dino Tamer would be a really good farming class. It still is a good farming class, but I think they can take it an extra step further so that way more people could main it. And I don't know, it just seems like an overall fun class. I used to main him back in the day, then I swapped over to Neon Ninja. Then they added crystal gems and all that stuff, and then Neon Ninja kind of fell off a little bit. And if it's not going to be Dino Tamer, then I would love to see Fae Trickster at least be useful. Now, Fae Trickster, you could farm with Fae. Like, it is doable, but I would prefer that it has a little bit more damage to it and just a bit more utility. Like, the Glitter Bomb is good, so that can compete with Shadow Hunter's Stun a little bit. The ultimate, I guess it's okay for, you know, an extra bit of damage, but I think it can be a little bit better. And the basic attack kind of sucks. And then the ring effects could also be a little bit better, and then the passive also kind of sucks. Pretty much Fae Trickster relies on not getting hit, but there's a good chance that you will be getting hit when you play Trove, so you'll be taking some form of damage. But yeah, that's what I think overall with the classes. And I did put out a video a while back and you guys gave a ton of suggestions, so thank you for that. And I'm hoping the devs at least took into consideration what you guys said, and I don't know, just overall looked at what you guys said, because you guys had a lot to say about these classes. And I'm sure you guys put them in your surveys, so it'll be nice to see all that stuff. I guess maybe not everything, because they can't do everything, but it would be nice to see a fair balance. Let's just put it that way. I don't want there to be a bad class, and I don't want there to be one super broken OP class. I would like it, maybe not super equal for every class, but I would like them all to be super viable. And I'm sure you guys would as well, because if there's a new player that joins and they ask which class is good, it would be good to say all of them are good. You can pick whichever one you like. That's the answer I want to give. So we got classes out of the way. Next, there's a pretty big one. Now this one's kind of vague and I'm not really too sure what this exactly means. They're gonna add something called a guide UI. Now, I don't know if this guide is going to be like actual tips and tricks on the current in-game stuff, where it helps the new players out, or if it's going to be an overall UI change, which would also be huge, because we've had the same UI since the beginning of Trove. If it is what I'm thinking, I'm not really sure what else it could mean, but I guess it is possible for it to mean other things. It just sounds like to me it's going to be something for newer players or even returning players. So there's going to be a list of things to look out for pretty much. So let's just say a new player joined. They used to play back in 2018. Now it's 2025. So the big thing they could probably expect is light. Light is going to be a new thing for them, as well as crystal gems, mystic gems, all that stuff. So I don't know, it'd be cool if they implemented something for contests. That's super important. Star bar, super important. Weeklies. If there's a way to list all of these things as like a little checklist, I guess, I don't know if they can do it in the game, that'd be nice, but maybe in the future I'll just make like a checklist for newer players or even like players that are still playing the game. Just like a general checklist of like things that you have to do. I guess you don't have to, but if you're just gonna go try hard mode with the game. And that checklist will include your dailies, your weeklies, and contests, which will be included in the weeklies, things like that. And I'm not sure if this could ever get implemented, but certain guides, I guess, I don't know, they could refer to certain YouTube channels. I mean, I guess that's like kind of promoting me, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to promote me. There's other Trove content creators they can promote, but they could take like general guides and either have them in-game, or they could have like a little reference thing like, hey, if you're ever stuck, you can refer to these channels. So either the people from the content creator program, or it could be stuff referring to their Trovosaurus page. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that's just what I'm assuming what the guide UI is. Now, it could mean something completely different. I really have no idea, but that's kind of where we're at so far. And the final thing, I mean, that's just with the information I got. I don't know if they're going to add new mastery things. They might. Maybe some new badges. But the other thing is a cranny rework. Well, it doesn't really say rework, but it just says cranny changes. Now, this can be omega huge. I don't know what direction they're gonna take with this, but currently cranny stuff is time gated, if you guys didn't know. So what happens is it gives you a few different items. So whether it's an ally, it's a costume, something completely random, it'll give you what, 4 items, I believe. Like half of them cost qubits, half of them are credits. You have to unlock all of them, and then you have to wait for the next week rotation. You have to get that item, and then once you get those items, it unlocks the locked portion. So that's pretty much your full set of cranny for that rotation. Then you have to continue waiting for new stuff or returning stuff if you miss something. And what I'm trying to get at here is, I hope they implement this, but if there's a way to go into previous years, or I guess not previous years, but previous cranny item rotations, I don't really want there to be like a voting system of like, this is the item that we want to appear. It'd be nice if everything was just there. I think it would help Gamigo out with sales and stuff like that with credits. Qubits, I guess we can just farm on our own. But it's really annoying being locked behind these things, because if you miss it, then you have to wait maybe a year. Like, it's gonna take a while to get that item back in rotation. And if you're going for mastery, you don't want to wait. I really hope they have a really good implementation for the changes for cranny. Now, it can just go completely south. It can go in a different direction than what I just said. It could be similar to Fluxion. They could add extra credits or qubits regarding the items. I think it does cost a little too much. I believe it was like, what, 10,000 qubits? Like, that's kind of a lot for an item. And we need qubits for a lot of things. So in the future, it'd be nice if there's a better way to get qubits. I kind of doubt it though. And overall, I'm just not a fan of the cranny stuff. It's just like extra things to kind of keep up with mastery. So if a new player does want to end up getting to rank 1 mastery, there's just too many time-gated items nowadays, because before, if you played the game for a full year, did all your events, got all your packs, you'd have like 90 to 100% of the items that you would need. Now you have to wait even longer because some of the items won't appear in rotation. There's the Luxian items, so you're gonna be stuck behind those. And now we have crannies, so you're gonna be stuck behind that stuff as well. So there's just too many things to get stuck behind. We need to avoid being stuck. That's the main thing. And by the way, if you guys have any ideas for this, you can feel free to drop it down in the comments down below. Or we can make a potential thing in the feedback channel for the Trove Discord server. I think with this update that will be dropping on the PTS, this will be a bit of a game changer. Like, this will be an actual W for the devs. And shout outs to my content creator guy for the insider scoop. Now, this is so far the only information that I got. There is a good chance that they might add other stuff. And if they do add other stuff, it's probably going to be like new mastery, maybe a dragon. I'm not really too sure. So we'll have to see. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please drop a like, as it does help out the channel a lot, and consider subscribing. It's free and you can leave whenever you want to. And on that note, I'll see you guys later.